It's Lisa Marie Todd, and welcome back to my kitchen for another episode of An Appetizing Life. I hope you guys had a really good Memorial Day weekend. I did. Mike, did you have a good Memorial Day weekend?
Yes, I had an awesome one.
Yeah? Andrea?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
I spent the time out in the desert, a new project out there I'm working on, and ate a lot of barbecue and floated in the pool, and I was quite happy. Yes. But let's get on with things. I have my guests. Hello, guests.
Hello.
Introduce yourselves.
I'm Anna from Wildcraft in Culver City.
The restaurant.
The restaurant, Wildcraft. She's not a Wildcraft.
It sounds like a video game.
I don't mind.
Mary Valina Broussard here to take your questions and comments, so chime right in.
And I'm Royce from Hollywood.
Yay, Royce!
A fantastic hairdresser. We have to add that.
Thank you.
Mr. Royce is fantastic.
Royce.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Summer's getting going, and I'm excited about that. I want to do a little housekeeping first, real quickly. So, somebody named Sandy sent me an email, and she was like, Lisa, I know you love doing the show, I know you love to cook, but why do you really do the show? So I thought about it, and a lot of the reason is when I first started this whole concept of an appetizing life, it was supposed to be to have a happy hour. You know, the play on, it's at 4 o'clock, happy hour time. And so for me, selfishly, it's my hour to kind of get away from the madness that's going on right now. I mean, we are inundated right now with it's 24/7, just stuff left and right. So for me, selfishly, that's why I like to do it. But also, if I can facilitate and have people watch this for an hour, kind of forget about what's going on. Remember that they can get together, cook good food, laugh, invite their loved ones over if that's what they want to do, you know, later in the week, that we have an option to opt out for at least 45 minutes or an hour. And I think that's healthy. So, Sandy, to answer your question, that's why I do it. So, remember, take some time for yourself. Be aware of what's going on, but take some time for yourself. So, little housekeeping, just thought I'd throw that in just because. But with that, like I said, Memorial Day kind of kicks off the summer season. And so I am totally ready to get into summer. So we're having a little cocktail first. And today's cocktail is a watermelon mint cooler. And I have this big thing of watermelon right here. And what am I going to do with it? Not going to eat it. But let me pull up the recipe so I can show you how to make this. So you have 3 cups of watermelon. I have more because I want to have the watermelon juice. The rind is removed, and I diced it really large. And there is gin, your favorite gin. I used a Tanqueray. You can use whatever you love. I have 2 limes cut in half because I'm making 4, because you can use half a lime in there. And then I did a mint simple syrup for this thing. And let me show you what's going to happen. So I'm going to take the watermelon, and I'm going to dump that in there. Hopefully I won't make too much of a mess. Bear with me.
That is cool.
I think it's so tall.
It's so taller than me. I'm on, for you dancers out there, I'm on releve right now. I can still do it. Very high releve, holding it. Should I do a passe or something like that? I'm going to do that. And I'm going to put this on. And this thing, I love this thing. Let's move this so you can kind of see. Hello, I'm still here. So I'm going to turn this on, get it going. Sorry for the noise. There we go. And, woo, back there. Does that deserve a woo-woo?
That's pretty cool. That's really cool.
So I'm going to take actually, you know what? Where'd that, let me have that back. And take those, yeah, and then I need that. There. Wee. So we want this to be smooth, because I don't want to, not have it be smooth. Well, this was a seedless watermelon. So start there. Don't get a watermelon with seeds, because you're making more work for yourself. So I'm going to pour that out. And this is a very, very fine mesh.
Look at that color.
I know, it's beautiful. It's gonna make a beautiful drink.
Matches your shirt.
Matches my shirt.
Look at you.
I didn't plan that.
Go, girl.
Wink, wink. Seriously, I didn't plan that. So I'm just stirring this around and see what's happening.
Wow.
All that juice is coming out.
That is pure.
Pure watermelon juice. Now, you know what? I've made more because you can drink this straight up, and it's really good for you. It's actually a really good thing. So I'm just stirring that. So I want to get as much of the juice out as I can.
So good.
Yes, Mike.
I'm assuming you have to do that with a seedless watermelon. Is that true or?
Well, you're still gonna have, like, I don't want to call it pulp, but you're still gonna have little bits of watermelon.
Oh, so maybe it doesn't.
You know how you eat a piece of watermelon and it's a little chewy? You have like little bits
I
of
was
the
thinking
flesh, you know what I'm
pulp,
saying?
yeah.
It's not
I know it's not pulp.
it's not pulp, but it's a little bit of the watermelon flesh, I guess, in there.
But it's so frothy.
It's so frothy. Look at that. And we're just going to keep going.
I bet you could freeze that and make popsicles with it.
You could make all kinds of stuff with this. So I could be here all day, but I won't. So let me have that bowl back real fast. But you guys get the idea of what's supposed to happen here. And you see all that frothiness there?
Wow.
So what you want to do, you want to go completely down to that. I'm going to scoot that over. Oh, I didn't make a big mess. And I'm just transferring this so I can pour this for our drink. Look at that. It's so pretty.
It looks so good. It's so pretty. You and your colors.
There's a little extra. So now let's make the cocktail. Couldn't be easier, right?
Yay.
Okay. And so, what did I say? It's 3, 2, 1. Oh, and someone's here. We have another guest. Hi, Maggie. You're just in time. You're just in time. So it's 3, 2, 1. So 3 parts. Nope. 3 parts of the watermelon juice. So 1, 2, and 3. And then, hi, Maggie. I see you over there. 2 parts of Tanqueray. This is my gin of choice. We're gonna go 1, 2. Shh. Don't tell all my secrets. Come on now. Come on, the party's already started. And then 1 part of my simple syrup. It's a mint simple syrup. So what did I do? You know the simple syrup recipe, because I love simple syrups. 1 part, which is 1 cup for me, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of water. Then I put a cup of fresh mint leaves. Let that come to a slow boil. And then let it cool, strain it, and this is a fragrant mint, which is delightful, mixed in with the syrup. And we pour that in there. It does smell really, really good. And I'm gonna give that a little bit of a stir. Now, this is my little extra. I need a little bit of citrus in that. So we're just gonna take fresh lime juice, squeeze that in. If you want more lime in your drink, go ahead. I like half a lime. If you want a whole lime, I'm good with that too. I'm gonna give that another little stir.
I think I'm
And then,
drooling.
are you drooling? Yay! Yours is
Ready.
all the wonderful smells. It's so fresh. It's like it's summer, right? Watermelon, all that. And you put as much ice in there as you want. And then, to finish it all off, the fresh mint, we're gonna throw that in there.
From her garden.
And there we have, look how pretty that is. Who wouldn't want to serve that? So toast to the start of the summer coming up here. Yay!
Summer.
Girl, you got we were gonna drink here.
I know. The party begins.
Hey, Lisa, Kevin's just joined us. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Seven.
Hey, Kevin.
Kevin's here. Your fraternity.
There we
brother.
go.
Oh my gosh, that is
So,
So
good.
it's good. It's really refreshing, and
my
it's pretty
God,
easy.
so
And like I said, you have that watermelon juice that you can use the next day. Drink it for. It does have alcohol in it. It's got 2 parts of Tanqueray, so it's 3, 2, 1. It's easy to remember, easy to make, and it's beautiful. I mean, come on.
It's
It's such a gorgeous drink, right? So we're gonna move on, and the next thing is we're gonna have a little salad, a little summer salad. So this is really easy, really fast. Today's menu is kind of like easy breezy, because last week I was a little crazy, so I have to like balance things, you know? But today I'm doing an avocado, cucumber, tomato, red onion and parsley salad. And it's going to be covered with one of my vinaigrettes. This is a new one. I haven't done this yet. This is a lemon shallot vinaigrette. So this is something new.
That sounds good.
And let's pull up the recipe. So you have 2 avocados diced that I'm going to show you how to do that. So I didn't want to do it ahead of time because they were going to turn brown. I didn't want to do that. You could do it ahead, put a little lemon juice on it, but I wanted to show you how to do that. I have 1 English cucumber that I seeded and diced, and I'll explain that again. 6 small tomatoes that are seeded and diced. A 1/4 cup of red onion that's been thinly sliced. I used my mandolin, you don't have to, but it's, I put it on an 1/8 inch thick and sliced it that way. A 1/2 cup of Italian parsley. That's kind of like your lettuce, but it's not lettuce, it's your green for this. And then the lemon vinaigrette. And so, let's do this. So one quick thing, so you know what's in the lemon vinaigrette. Pull that up real fast. I have so many recipes, so sorry. So I did 1/4 cup of fresh lemon juice, a 1/2 teaspoon of lemon peel grated, 1 tablespoon of shallot minced, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, kosher salt and pepper, fresh ground pepper to taste, and a 1/2 cup of extra virgin olive oil. And that's it. Again, you know, I say make your dressing. You have it for, 3 to 5 days. You could just come home, throw some lettuce into a bowl, and make some protein and eat. It's all great. So I'm going to do the avocado first. So I like to cut it in half, give it a twist. There. That's all you do with that. Take that out. I'm going to do the other side, or the other one, I should say. Avocados have been kind of interesting this season. They haven't been great. They seem to be better now for whatever reason. Look how fast that is and easy. Right? Yeah, I think that's what it. So then, to get my dices, look it right on camera, I'm going to cut down that way and across. And then I'm going to take a big spoon and I'm going to scoop it out, and look at that.
That is so easy.
And put it there.
When you know how. Yay!
And let's do the other side. I'm going to do half. I'm going to put the rest of it in, and I'll put the rest on top so I can spread it evenly. Just to mix it up. I love avocado. Oh my gosh.
So good.
I have 2 avocado trees in my backyard, and I'm very excited.
Is this right from your garden?
This is not from my garden because they're still growing, but I say by September I'll have what I need. So here's the cucumbers that are seeded. So again, I always take the seeds out of that so nothing's watery. Put that in there. I seeded the tomatoes. Again, it just won't make it watery. And I have to show these. Oh my God, look at these things. So right now with the season, because it's the start of, I say it's start of tomato season, I would get the smaller ones. Hello, you want to get away? I would get the smaller ones because they're going to be a little bit sweeter. But if you could get the bigger ones, but if you see those on the vine, they are absolutely amazing. And in a couple of weeks, I'm going to do something with the smaller ones on the vine that's going to be kind of yummy. Yay, I'm excited. And then we have red onion. And I'm just going to give that a little toss just to start to mix things up a bit. And add the parsley, and that's going to give it a little bit of a, I don't want to say a bite, but it's going to give it a little bitterness. Think of like arugula, you know what I mean? But it's pretty too. And give that a shake. And I'm going to pour, you want to underdress, not overdress. I will bring the dressing over to you guys just in case. And then I'm going to dress that, and then I'm going to add the rest of that avocado on top. So you get plenty of avocado in there. So let's do that again. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3, and scoop. Like so. And I'm not throwing that on the floor, I promise. There's a big trash can next to me. It's like, why is she throwing her food on the floor? I'm not.
That's a cooking secret.
It's a cooking set, yes. It's my magic. And let's mix that in there. And I'm going to plate this, and you guys will have something to eat. that exciting?
Yummy, yummy.
Yay.
I'm going to trade you.
Question, I know
Yes.
you said extra virgin olive oil
You
for
could
the
use
dressing.
whatever. It doesn't matter. As long as it's a good olive oil. You
Is
want-
it the flavor, the difference?
It's a difference in flavor, but just use whatever your palate likes. So if you just like the regular olive oil, I don't use that light olive oil that's out there. That doesn't seem right, but whatever's good, whatever tastes good to you, because it's your palate. You know what I mean? So I switch off from using extra virgin to the regular. But just find a really good olive oil and use it. You know.
What's the difference? The extra virgin is lighter, or?
It's a difference in
Just the taste.
taste, the olive, all that stuff.
I've always wondered that.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've told this story before. When I was in Provence, I went to an olive oil factory and went out into the, where the trees were, and thought I could pick an olive straight from the tree and eat it. How exciting. It was the worst, most bitter olive in the world. Do not do that. My whole fantasy just went out the window, prancing in
Why is
Provence.
that? Are they not?
They have to be processed and made the right way. So here is, I'm going to give you a little bit more, whoever that is. There's your salad, just like that.
Beautiful.
Yay. So I'm going to bring that over. Mike, I'm going to walk over.
Bon appetit. Is my napkin.
You clean it for me.
Oh, this looks amazing.
There, and I will bring.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Wow. That looks so good.
And good
Wow.
for you.
Good and good for you. Sorry, guys, I'm going to taste.
Go ahead and
Yeah, go
taste.
for it.
There we go. Hi, Maggie. Nice to see you.
Oh, nice to see you, sir. Thank you. What a treat.
Lisa, this is so good.
Thank you, Mary.
Oh my gosh, so much flavor.
So,
Oh my goodness, this is really good. I love that the dressing is so light.
yes, and in case you want more, Andrea will bring more dressing over there.
do.
It's so good.
Just in case. I always underdress rather overdress because that's just a better thing to do. So,
Well, and the avocados provide like a little bit of extra coating that you'd want from like a dressing.
right, yeah, definitely.
And the red onions have a lot of flavor.
So good.
Yeah, and I love using red onion. It's so much fun. Okay, so I have a surprise for you guys today. Yay! I don't know why I'm dancing. It's just food. It's just food. It's just food. No. So I think about summer. I think about when my daughter was little, and I used to ship her off to Maine first. I shouldn't say that. She wanted to go to Maine for summer camp. Did I just say I used to ship her off? I didn't. Mike's like, no, she enjoyed herself. It was like old school summer camp on a lake, and it was very cool. But anyway, I would go up at the halfway point and visit her, and I would have the most amazing lobster rolls up there, just delicious. So I love lobster rolls. I can manage a lobster. I know how to do that whole thing. It's kind of heartbreaking to me what you have to do, but I do know how to do that. But I thought if people don't like doing that, or they don't want the expense of a lobster, what do? How can we still have that experience? So, being from San Francisco, I'm a big crab-loving woman here. Love my crabs and love shrimp. So I thought, I'm just gonna make a shrimp and crab roll in honor of the lobster roll that everyone loves in the summer. So, let's pull up the recipe for that. And so this is a big, long recipe. Look at that. It's actually not as bad as it looks. So there's one celery rib that's diced small, 2 scallions thinly sliced. I used the white and the green part, 1 tablespoon of dill minced, a half cup of mayonnaise. I know that sounds like a lot, but you need it to moisten it, and once it's all pulled together, you'll see what's happening. 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of lemon zest, 1 pound of shrimp peeled, deveined, and I'm going to boil it. And I'm going to cut it into small little dices to keep the bite size small. A half of fresh lemon juice that I'm going to put into the water with the shrimp. 10 ounces of fresh lump crab meat, shredded. Kosher salt to taste. You may not need it. I'm going to put just a little bit in. Freshly ground black pepper, unsalted butter. Now, I chose to use brioche buns. You can use a whole wheat hot dog bun or a regular hot dog bun or a potato bun, whatever floats your boat. I'm just trying to be fancy. Not really. It just tastes really good with the brioche. And some green lettuce leaves. You could use red lettuce leaves if you want to. So again, I always say my recipes are a starting place. Do whatever you want to make it how your palate likes. So here are the shrimp. I've already cleaned them. They're ready to go. I have my water boiling, so we're gonna hop over here. And I just wanna give the water a little bit of flavor. So I'm putting a little bit of lemon juice in there. I'm gonna put a little bit of salt in there. Some people might say don't do that. I'm doing that. And I'm gonna put this in the water. Now, these are going to cook really quickly. So I'm gonna say you need like 1 minute to 2 minutes to make this happen. And keep it boiling. You guys are awfully quiet over there. You are so quiet. It's so funny. Yes.
Okay, so you just put a little bit of water and just lemon and
That's all I did. A little bit of water. I put a little lemon juice in there. I mean, you could put other things in there, other herbs, if you're thinking about, almost like if you were poaching fish, I guess. You could doctor it up that way. But I thought with what I'm doing now, just a little bit of lemon will do the trick. And you see how they're starting to go pink. So I want to cook this I did it yesterday the other day for about 2 minutes. It just depends on where your heat temperature is at. And I had this on a low simmer. I got it up to boil before we started the show. So you guys wouldn't have to wait for me to boil water. Yay! And I know, because you guys wanted to eat over there. Yeah. So these will be ready in a little bit. Do you guys stop chewing over there? Do you have any questions?
Does it matter if you do like a jumbo shrimp or a medium-sized shrimp?
I would do a medium to a jumbo. I'm going to cut these up. So obviously, if you do a jumbo, you have to buy less. There's less to cut up. I would not. You saw them; they were a nice size. So you want to do something like that. Now you don't want to cook these for too long because they're going to get rubbery and hard, and that's not going to be a good thing. But I think that these are pretty much done. You know what I'm saying? No, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to cook them for too long. So let's scoop them out.
What spoon you have?
Thank you. I always find these little things. So we're just going to scoot that out. Excuse me for a minute. My oven is having a moment. It's talking to me for some reason. So we'll scoop all these out. And I just want these to cool down before I put them in the salad. So that's why I wanted to start this first. And we have other things we must do. One more. Okay. So let me bring that back over to you here, or back over here, so you can see. And get a little shot of that. Overhead. Yum. There we go. So that's that. So I just want these to cool down. Actually, set them over there. So now, while that's cooling down, we're going to start to mix together the salad, or if you want to call it a salad. I'm going to do all of this stuff first before I add back in the crab and the shrimp. So there goes that. And you see how fine this is? You want to keep your bite size small because if you have uneven pieces of celery and all that, it's just, I'm all about bite size to make sure everything is, comfortable to eat.
That was your celery?
That was my celery. It was pretty small. I mean, this is my lemon zest. The dill's gonna, yeah, dill on seafood. You can't go wrong with dill on seafood. I'm gonna put in my lemon juice, and so I'm gonna make my base first. Get that going. Give that a stir.
So does this remind you of your daughter?
It reminds me of a lot of things. It reminds me of my daughter. It reminds me of San Francisco because I'm a Bay Area girl. So crab is did I just do that? Crab is a really big deal in the Bay Area. So, and shrimp, any seafood. So there's that.
Go Warriors.
Go Warriors. Pass that to you.
Confet. I don't know what that is. Confet.
Confet.
Confet. C-O-V-F-E-T.
Kevin always comes up with.
Isn't that what Trump said?
No, that was Kofifi. Or it's It's kofifi or kofefi, whatever you want to call it. So.
That's what he's saying. Go pee-pee. That's what he's
Oh,
saying.
okay. I get the joke. Funny.
Now we're pronouncing it.
Yeah. It's kofifi, kofefi. I don't know. You did.
I don't know you, but I nailed it.
You did nail that.
I hear
Okay,
you.
so I'm just going to stir that in right now. And we want to make sure that the crab is really kind of broken up as much as possible. And I'm just going to set that aside. And you want to pop that in the fridge right there? Yeah, trust me, it's good. You guys, I have extra, so. Yay. Extra, extra. So while the shrimp are still cooling off, we're going to go ahead, I don't hurt myself, and get going on the brioche buns. So since I have so many people, I have to do 2 grills. Make this work. Hopefully make it work. And I'm coming back over here, Mike. So these are the brioche buns that I found.
So yummy.
And so what I want to do, I want to make them a little bit special. So we're going to get them going. I'm going to butter these.
Anytime someone says butter.
Butter's not a bad thing.
Butter, yes, please.
Butter's a good thing.
Butter's a yummy thing.
So I'm just buttering this with, the butter's been softened, it's unsalted. I have sultry butter. And I like to use pastured butter too, which is, the whole process is a little bit healthier if you're gonna do it. Use the real stuff. Just gonna butter these, because these are gonna go on the grill. I'm not gonna butter the tops, because it already has a little bit of oil on it, and I don't need to make it that crunchy, but I just want to get those little grill marks on there. I'm excited to post the picture of them on Instagram, because it looks like you want to just bite the picture,
That's like perfect. For like grilly summer vibes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hollywood Bowl time, right?
Yeah.
Woo, right there.
So, almost done buttering those.
Little do we know, Lisa's taking us to the John Mayer concert.
What? Huh? What? So anyway, they're all buttered. Let's check on, actually, I'm going to let those shrimp cool a little bit longer because I have the mayonnaise and I want it to mix in. So I'm going to do a little quick doctoring food trick. So when I was creating this whole recipe, this whole menu, originally I was going to make baked potato chips that I was going to do in there. And I did it, and they weren't crunchy enough for me. So I'm saving that for another meal. You'll see that in a couple of weeks with something else. But I thought, you know what? Let me show you how you can really doctor up some potato chips you like. Because you know what? With this sandwich, you want that crunch. You know what I'm saying? You want that crunchiness. So I have they're just the kettle chips that I love that come in that sea salt brown bag. So what I wanted salt and pepper and chive chips, right? So I'm going to take these. I'm going to get my pepper mill. I'm going to put a ton of pepper on these and make sure it gets in there. Aren't I thrifty? Then I'm going to add a little more salt. But wait, I've cut up fresh chives, and I'm going to sprinkle those on there. And there you have fresh chives, salt and pepper, all mixed in there. And you could do this with any herb you want. You can take onion powder, whatever you have, rummage through. I'm going to add a little bit more pepper. Rummage through what you have at your house. And that's how you can quickly doctor up. I call it doctor it up. Doctor up something. And it's pretty too. It looks like maybe you made them. I could say I made them. I did. I kind of made them. But anyway, that's how you do that. I'm going to give that to you, Andrea. And we're going to wipe this off. Let me see those shrimp, those scrimps. Let's see what those scrimps are doing. So, oh, that's cool. That's fine. They were sitting I had them cooling off. So I'm going to take my shrimp. I'm using another thing here, so it doesn't if I come back and cut something. And I just want to get these pretty small because, again, it's the bite size. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just going to quickly go through and do that. Little scrimps. I love shrimp. Oh my gosh, I grew up.
I think they were created for us.
They were made for us. They were brought into this world for us. They are so good.
They're good for us.
They are. They actually are good for us. Yeah. So that's all. You guys have any questions over there while I'm chopping away?
I want to know, did you know about Andrea's obsession with shrimp and crab? Did she tell you?
She did not.
Ever since she was a little girl,
Wait, Mary, Andrea, come tell your
real.
story. Come tell your story.
Hi, everyone.
Yes. Tell me, why are you obsessed with shrimp and crab while I'm doing this?
No, I've always had that expensive seafood steak.
There you go.
Even as a little
No, you know what?
girl.
I'm with you. I got that. So as a little girl, you used to
At 4 years old, I think I went to the restaurant. I said,
and
I'll
asked
have
for
the
it.
crab,
How
please."
cute! That is so cute. I totally get that. But you know what? I understand. No, there you go. I understand that because having grown up in the Bay Area, that was like you grew up eating seafood. That was a normal thing for a kid. So I love that.
I just went through the menu and picked out the most expensive item. That's what I want.
You knew that.
Lisa knows by my
Yes, I decided I'm gonna get Andrea a shirt because when we're testing out recipes, I'm like, I give out spoons of everything, and her comments always, So I decided I'm getting you a shirt that says, See, and that's how I know I did something right because if she doesn't say I messed it up. It's not good. You are my litmus test there. I think.
And Lisa Marie and Todd.
Yeah.
I think we need to make those.
Make those.
More merch. More merchandise.
And appetizing life.
Then from my you see his hand reaching.
I know.
I like that, right?
It's so funny. It's so funny when we're just testing things out because it's just a free for all in here. Because a lot of activity going on because we're shooting pictures and the music's on and I'm laughing and dancing around. And now Andrea's shooting us on Instagram Live. So chime over there, folks. If you're watching it here, you can go over there and watch the madness over here. And there is madness. It's fun. But you know what? I love doing this. It's very, very fun. Very, very fun,
It's so obvious that you love it, and that's what makes it 10 times better.
Thank you.
Real artists who are passionate about what they do, make amazing things.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And food, you know what? Food is the universal thing that's going to bring us all together. I don't care what's going on out there. And cocktails, food, drink. Yes, food, drink, and conversation. I remember taking my daughter to this restaurant in Italy, and she was probably 11, so she was very, still a little fussy. She's not so fussy anymore, but the restaurant, it was from people from all over, and it was communal tables, so they would pick who would sit with whom. So at our table, there was a man that lived local from Italy. There was a couple from Germany and another couple from France and my daughter, and it was, I think, a couple from Sweden. And nobody really spoke a lot of English. And there were these Parma hams hanging down that Nina was like, this is weird that there's hams hanging from the ceiling. But by the end of the meal, even though we couldn't speak each other's language, we were passing food. We were still laughing about things. We were pouring wine and water, not for my daughter, not wine, but water. But by the end of the meal, everybody had kind of come together. And I remember walking back to the hotel. My daughter's like, Mom, that was so cool. She goes, that would never happen in Los Angeles. It was just neat to have everybody just kind of get along. And I was like, food does that. Food brings you together, and maybe that's what we need to do right now in this world is have a big potluck. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's anyway, it goes back to what I was talking about in the beginning, that if for 45 minutes or an hour, we can come together and kind of just breathe and look at pretty food and have good conversation and drinks. I'm all for it. I'm going to keep doing that till it makes a difference.
Cheers
So-
to that, Lisa.
Cheers. I will raise it. I raise a glass to that.
We raise a glass
Yay.
to you. Thank you. Cheers to that.
I need a refill.
So now
Sorry.
I've cut up all of these lovely shrimp. I'm going to put them in there. Oh, don't fall. Don't fall. Stay in there. Don't run away. There we go. And we're going to mix that up.
That turned out to be a lot of shrimp.
That's what I said. It looked like it, when I said the ratio of mayonnaise in there, it sounded like a lot, but look at all, it's got to cover it. When I first tested it, I did 1/4 of a cup, and I thought it was a little dry. And you want it to be a little bit moist. So we have that is ready to go. Now we're going to do these little buns, which is exciting. They're butter buns. Our BBs. And I'm just going to toss them on. Whoop, hello. That one got away. I'm going to toss those on there. And I just want to get them warm. They're basically to warm these up. You know what I mean? Get it nice and warm. You know what I mean? Any questions, concerns?
So it's like a little griddle kind of thing?
Yeah, so it's my grilled pan. I've used quite a bit. I think I've done a couple of things on here. And yeah, and I actually have 2 of them going because I have, I can't get all of them. If we're just, if I wasn't doing the show, I would go 2 buns at a time, but we have, I'm trying to make things go a little bit quicker. You do not have to spray it. I did not because when I flip it, it already has the butter on it. And the top, I'm not really trying to get. I'm not worried about the grill marks on the top. I just want to warm them up. I want them to have a little bit of a crunch on there. So it's really to get that going.
So do the grill marks actually provide a different taste to the buns? Or
Only
are
if you
they
burn
just
them.
aesthetic?
Warming it up.
It provides a different texture, and I guess it is brown, so brown bread tastes a little bit different than a bread that's not brown. Do you know what I'm saying? So yes, to answer your question,
And you
Maggie.
don't get lighter fuel taste.
No, and I can't stand that. That's like, those are the early days of me grilling. Everything tasted like lighter fluid, or like charcoal briquettes, which wasn't fun. So I'm going to go ahead and flip these. And, I can hear them sizzling. Sizzle, sizzle. And like I said, I am crowding these, so they may not get as grilled as I want, but
Are they claustrophobic?
they are. They're like this. They're like, can we get off the grill? It's too hot.
You'll appreciate that grill next to that.
But I already start seeing it starting it, you can kind of see it's happening there. And if I lift that up. So bear with me, because it's worth the wait. Trust me. It's going to totally be worth it.
Eyeing this watermelon.
So I put there's watermelon sitting on the table. And so if I were to serve that drink, the cocktail that I did, I would probably serve a little slice of watermelon next to it so you can kind of, we can when we go off the air. I'll make more. Otherwise, I'll burn my buns, and then, the whole thing is defeated. Yes, Anna, you may have a slice of watermelon.
Anna, go ahead.
This one.
So I'm going to, here, so you can get a shot of this, Michael. You can see the grill is happening. So in order to save time, I'm going to go ahead and pull these off, but you guys get the idea of how that's supposed to be, right? So let me,
Do that again.
I need plates. I said, that's why I said it'd be good to have as like a little chaser afterwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, how did you make this watermelon? How did you
It's magic.
I have a question. Why does anyone still make watermelon with seeds?
That's a good question. And you know what? I
Farmers.
should look that up. Farmers?
Future farmers of America? Anyone?
That's a
It's
good question.
natural.
So you guys can see over here some of the grill marks happened,
Yes, I see the
but I was trying to rush because,
I like the marks.
we We want to get people served. They need food. So all I'm going to do is put this on there.
Wow.
Hopefully not make a big mess, but I can't promise I won't. It's just more shrimp for you guys to eat, right?
Okay.
Okay. Let's switch that out. And this feels like summer. Like I feel like,
It definitely feels like summer.
you know what I mean? This is like a summer little thing to do. Let's go over to this one. I'm using my hands, folks. Sorry.
I think with, you know, the way you can chop it up, it doesn't seem that expensive.
Well,
like
that's
you would
but
think.
it's yeah, and it's not because I only, you know, in adding the vegetables and everything in it, that adds more volumes to stretch it. And then you have the crab and the shrimp. And what Mike said yesterday, and I agreed with him, you don't miss if you wanted a lobster roll, you don't miss it because the texture of the shrimp mixed with the texture of the crab kind of reminds you of eating a lobster roll.
Totally.
Yeah, you know, so
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah, so the toasted bun, all that stuff. And now to top it off, I'm going to add a lettuce leaf on each one of these.
Yum.
Boop and boop. And some of y'all's are messy, but it's just more shrimp for you to eat.
That's amazing.
And there
If you insist.
you have that. And you serve that with your, I like this one. Which one do I like? I like this one. You serve that with your chips. Woo!
So good.
Yeah, that's
Go, girl.
It's a little messy, but that's okay.
It's not. It's perfect.
And there's your chips.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Get out of here. Anna's slapping away.
And you're gonna want that, I'm telling you, you want that crunch, right?
Thank you.
Definitely want that.
So good.
There we go. It's summer in my house. It's summer up in here.
I'm
Yay.
sorry you're not here. You guys need smell-o-vision and taste-o-vision.
I'm gonna let them take their little bite.
Oh, and the little bun's perfect.
Yes, it's a perfect size bun. It's all good. How you guys doing over there?
Oh,
It's so good.
Yeah? Is it like summer?
Oh my god.
It feels
that's
like
good.
summer to
It's
me.
so much flavor.
so good.
Told you. You gotta be.
It's a lot of
Lemon.
I can taste the lemon. I can taste
But
the
then
so
the
good.
crunch is really a nice
See, the crunch is like, that's puts you over the top. That's what you, Mike's shaking his head. He's like, yeah, absolutely. So that's it. I've started summer, guys. We're on our way. It's gonna be a fantastic summer. This is pretty easy to make. And oh, I have one thing to show you because this salad's good the next day. So what I decided to do, my grandmother used to make something like this, is to take, oops, oh shoot, is to take an avocado and stuff it with the crab mixture, put a little bit of a dill on top, squeeze a little lemon, and now there's no bun. So this is really healthy now. I mean, you've got your mayo in there, but still, so that's another way to, repurpose what you're eating by putting it in an avocado or just putting it on a lettuce leaf or whatever. And so just one more thing to do. One more thing to do. But with that, I don't have any other tricks up my sleeve. I think I'm done. That's all I have for today. I'm so glad you guys popped in to the Facebook and said hello. And you can follow me on the various social media outlets, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest. And like I always say, email me, and people have been, any recipe ideas or just thoughts or whatever. And we're doing Instagram Live now, so you can join us over there, pop in and see what's happening over there. I know we did the 360 camera last week, which was really cool. We're gonna try to do that again. That was really fun. And we might go live after this show, just to kind of hang out a little bit, see the little after cocktail hour, after the happy hour, and all that stuff. But that's all I have for you guys today. So I will see you next week. Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes.
Kevin says he wants you to overnight ship him some. He goes, overnight shipping to my house.
That's hilarious. I get that, Kevin. I get that a lot. People want me. They're like, "Can you send that to me? Can you FedEx that to me?" Maybe that's a new business model I should kind of come up with. I don't know. But anyway, with that, thank you so much. Have a fantastic rest of the week. One more day.
Bye.
And bye, guys. Thank you for being here. And I will see you next week live. Cheers. Enjoy the beginning of the summer. Bye.
Happy summer.